Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the hidden messages in company reports. And today we're digging into Newmont Corporation's latest filing. Turns out there's been quite a shake-up in their executive ranks, and we're going to see what it means for the company. Before we dive in, if you like getting straight answers from these complex documents, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below if you want to keep the conversation going. This report we're looking at is called a Form 8K. Think of it as a super important update that companies have to send to the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, whenever something big happens that investors should know about. It's not a regular report like a quarterly or annual one, it's for those special events. Newmont Corporation is a pretty big name in the mining industry, specifically known for gold. It's one of the world's largest gold mining companies, and you'll find their stock trading on major exchanges like the New York Stock Exchange. The main reason Newmont is filing this report is because there's been a change at the very top of their finance department. Specifically, their Chief Financial Officer, or CFO, has stepped down. This is a pretty significant event for any company. Karen F. Olverman, who is the Executive Vice President and Chief Financial Officer, has resigned from her position. She's leaving the company, and the report makes it clear this wasn't because of any major disagreements about how the company is run or its financial reporting. That's usually a good sign, meaning it's not a situation where the CFO is leaving because of a scandal. Newmont is now on the hunt for a new permanent CFO. This process can take some time, and during such transitions, companies often appoint someone to fill in temporarily. And that's exactly what they've done. Peter Wexler, who is 57 and currently serves as Executive Vice President and Chief Legal Officer, will be the interim CFO. He's been with Newmont since March of 2024, and before that he had a long career, including 15 years as Chief Legal Officer at Schneider Electric, a large global company. So he's no stranger to big business operations. Now, it's important to note that while Mr. Wexler is stepping into this crucial role, he's not expected to handle everything alone. The report mentions he'll be working closely with other senior finance leaders like Brian Tubolt, Senior Vice President, Global Finance and Chief Accounting Officer, and Neil Backhouse, Senior Vice President, Investor Relations. This suggests a team approach to managing the company's finances during this transition, which is a common and sensible strategy. When a high-level executive like a CFO leaves, there's usually a separation agreement in place. This document outlines the terms of their departure. In Ms. Olverman's case, she's receiving 6 months of her base salary and 6 months of medical insurance coverage. This is a pretty standard package for someone leaving a company under these circumstances, especially when there are no disputes involved. The agreement also includes standard clauses like a release of claims against the company and some customary restrictions, which are typical in these arrangements. As for Mr. Wexler, he's taking on the interim CFO role while still keeping his job as Chief Legal Officer. He'll continue to be part of the company's regular compensation plans. The report also states that any additional pay for his new CFO responsibilities hasn't been decided yet, but if it is, they promise to update this report. A common disclosure in these reports is to confirm there are no conflicts of interest or unusual arrangements for the new appointee. The filing states there are no family ties between Mr. Wexler and any current Newmont directors or executives, and he wasn't selected based on any special deals with other people. He's also not involved in any current or proposed transactions with the company that would require extra reporting. This all points to a straightforward appointment based on his experience and current role within the company. The report also lists exhibits, which are the actual documents supporting the information provided. In this case, Exhibit 10 is the separation agreement between Newmont and Ms. Olverman. These are often made public so people can see the exact terms of the departure. This filing doesn't contain expansive financial tables that are typical of an annual report, but the information about the executive change is the crucial part here. Finally, the report is signed by Logan Hennessy, who holds a senior role as Deputy General Counsel and Corporate Secretary. This signature confirms that the company has officially submitted this information to the SEC. Now, looking at this information from a bigger picture perspective, the change in CFO is a significant event for any company, especially one as large as Newmont. While the departure of Ms. Olverman seems to be amicable and without any underlying issues, the appointment of an interim CFO means that a key financial leadership position is temporarily filled by someone whose primary expertise is in law, not finance. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, as we saw Mr. Wexler is an experienced executive and he'll have the support of the existing finance team. However, it does mean that the strategic direction and day-to-day financial operations might see a slightly different approach or pace until a permanent CFO is in place. The company's ability to navigate market challenges, make strategic investments, and manage its finances effectively will partly depend on how smoothly this transition goes. One key area to watch will be how consistently Newmont maintains its financial reporting and strategic financial decision making during this interim period. The fact that they are searching for a permanent replacement expeditiously is a positive sign. Investors will be keenly interested in who they ultimately appoint. A CFO with a strong track record in the mining industry could signal a renewed focus on specific financial strategies such as cost management, capital allocation for new projects, or debt reduction. The market generally prefers stability in executive leadership, especially in financial roles. Any perceived instability or extended period with an interim CFO could potentially introduce a slight overhang on the company's stock. However, the clear communication about the circumstances of Ms. Overman's departure and the supporting team for Mr. Wexler suggests the company is trying to manage this transition with as much transparency and stability as possible. In conclusion, Newmont Corporation is experiencing a leadership change in its crucial CFO role. While the transition appears to be managed professionally, it's an event that warrants attention as the company seeks a permanent leader to guide its financial future. The strength of Newmont lies in its established mining operations and global reach, but the effectiveness of its financial leadership during this period will be a key factor in its continued success. What are your thoughts on this executive shuffle at Newmont? Do you think an interim CFO with a legal background can effectively steer the company's finances? Let us know your opinions in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Corporate Decoder for more insights into company filings. And don't forget to join our Discord community for deeper discussions about corporate finance and investing. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.